Imagine this. You're there in the morning, sipping your first cup of coffee, so excited to go in and have a look and see if you have made any sales on Amazon KDP. Before you get there, you think, I'm going to quickly have a look through my emails, and you get the dreaded email, your account has been suspended. It's every self-publisher's worst nightmare. But why did this happen and how can you avoid it? Whether you're a seasoned KDP author or you're just starting out, this video is for you. Today, we are going to be diving into the main reasons that Amazon may terminate or suspend your KDP account. So by the end of this video, you are going to know exactly how you can steer clear of any of these account killing mistakes. So let's start with the biggest mistake that leaves self-publishers in hot water: duplicate content. Amazon KDP has strict policies on originality. So if you're publishing a book that is too similar to each other, or even worse, an identical copy, perhaps under a different title, or perhaps a slight variation like a colour change on the cover, guess what? You're putting yourself at risk of suspension. So here's a question for you. Have you ever been tempted to perhaps recycle the inside of the book, or perhaps even if you're a high content author, have you been tempted to recycle large portions of your manuscript? Let's be honest, we've all thought about it. We've all seen videos
saying, oh, you can upload different variations, just kind of tweaking the cover here and there.
But trust me, it's not worth it. If Amazon does flag you for duplicate content, they'll see it as a violation of their content guidelines, and your account can be gone just like that. You've probably seen so many videos where other sellers are saying, my account's been terminated, what can I do? And it can take people a really long time to get to the bottom of it, and to also reinstate their accounts as well. So it really just, I don't think it's worth it at all. Just each piece that you're doing, create originality. This is why, like, I think when we do tutorials and things like that on Amazon KDP, I always put out there like a bit of a disclaimer, like, do not identically copy this work. You can be inspired by it, you can tweak it, change it, things like that, but don't even put yourself in the realm of duplicate content. Okay, so next up, let's talk metadata. It sounds scary, right? But it really is not as complex or scary as you might think. So metadata is basically within Amazon KDP, it's your keywords, your title, your description. And that's what Amazon use to help readers link up with your books. But here's the thing. Manipulating your metadata is a surefire way to get your account suspended. So what does that exactly mean? It could be that you are stuffing your title and subtitle with keywords, which will usually, to be fair, get picked up before your book even goes live. So for example, it could be something like the best crime thriller, rom-com, romance novel in the world. That might be like your subtitle. It could be anywhere. And Amazon see it as though you're trying to manipulate the system, and believe me, they do not like it. Have you actually ever experimented with your keywords, or are you currently, you know, uploading your book, leaving it and just kind of running and letting Amazon kind of push your book out there for you? I know some of you might have tried these questionable tactics, and that's okay because we're all learning. But basically, if Amazon do catch you stuffing your keywords, stuffing your titles, they are going to suspend your account. They'll hit that button so fast, you will not know what's hit you. So what should you do? Of course, you should stick to the relevant metadata for your book. So for example, if it is like a travel journal, you can put in your keywords and titles, travel journal, planner, different variations of that. Who's it for? What's it for? Is it for holiday? Is it a Christmas gift? Is it a birthday present? Is it aimed at a girl, a boy? Is it aimed at a particular like family member or something along those lines, and really hone down that way. And think about as well what people might be typing into the Amazon search bar. There's no point in just sticking in random words, because what will also end up happening, even if they don't suspend you, They might be thinking, oh, well, look at this book. They've typed in travel journal for mum, but actually it might be like a holiday planner guide for dad, for example. So no one will be clicking on your book when it comes up unless they're thinking, oh, actually, maybe I might want that as well for dad. So Amazon will see that as a negative sign. So you never want to be misleading with that. Just basically make sure that metadata represents your book. The next one is a biggie. And I see it all over Amazon, but just please don't risk your account with this one. And this is around copyright and trademark violations. Amazon is so strict about protecting people's intellectual property. So if you're using images, quotes, even titles and infringe on someone else's copyright or trademark, you're walking a very, very fine line. Some authors will try and get clever by kind of choosing titles that might be highly searchable. So for example, like Harry Potter Cookbook or Nike's Guide to Fitness. It might sound like you are going to get loads of searches, loads of click-throughs and a high kind of turnover to sales ratio. But again, it's just fast track to suspension. And worse than that, like I've seen people over on Etsy, they've actually been sued by Disney for like just using the same font. So just steer clear of all of it. You do see these books popping up from time to time on Amazon. I've seen some like Hello Kitty notebooks, Taylor Swift books, things like that. And you know, they might be fine. They might make a few sales. But if it risks your entire KDP account, I ask you, is it worth it? For me, definitely not. So my advice to you is always be original, check trademarks before publishing anything that could get flagged. And always do some extra research because it can save you so much work in the long run. You don't want to be starting again. Now this one here might be a bit less known. And this is that Amazon can actually suspend your account for constant poor formatting. So if you're constantly uploading book after book after book and they're constantly having to come back to you, they see it as a way of like just being like, well, these people either they don't care or they don't understand what the platform is and how it's here to serve you. At the end of the day, Amazon is a platform and it might seem as though it's allowing people to upload absolutely anything, but the reality is it really isn't. They want to give their customers the best shopping experience possible. And if you're kind of appearing to sort of get in the way of that, they're not going to look very favourably upon your account at all. So, you know, have you ever read a book over on Kindle and like it's almost unreadable because the pages are just not quite right, or when you flick and it's just almost impossible. It might be, you know, like the fonts or random sizes, the paragraphs don't quite match. Amazon are really trying hard to crack down on this at the moment. But bear in mind, just on Kindle alone, they get around 7,500 books loaded on every single day. So that's without your actual KDP side of it. So if you add that in as well, just think about how many books they're actually having to physically check on a daily basis. It's huge, and that's why sometimes your book can get through and be uploaded, but it might be taken down a little while later. So my advice, take your time, proofread, or hire someone that can. It's an investment in your account and its longevity, and we want it to start making us passive income for a long time. Reviews? Have you ever heard of people manipulating their reviews? It has become surprisingly common where people are basically paying for reviews or they're using multiple accounts to post glowing reviews on their own books. So whether you're paying for fake reviews, writing reviews on your own books, or even asking friends and family to leave overly biased reviews, you're violating Amazon's review policy. And Amazon is pretty good at sniffing it out. I don't know whether or not you've ever looked at review sections, and sometimes now they actually say verified purchase as well. So they are on it. They are doing it. Have you ever read a review, for example, and thought, yeah, no way. Amazon's been there too. Way too many times, I suspect. And so now they just don't tolerate it. If you get found out, suspended. So Focus on getting honest reviews, great content, getting organic traffic, marketing, and doing things correctly and right. You can still encourage people to leave reviews, of course you can, but just make sure that, you know, treat your account with respect, basically, and be safe with it is my advice. So there you go. That is 5 of the most common reasons that your account may potentially get suspended. Bottom line, stay within the rules. Make sure you know the rules. Focus on quality. And building up a customer base is a great way of doing that, knowing that you're getting repeat customers. And of course, be honest with your content. If you do that, you're going to be in a much better position over on Amazon's KDP platform. So let me know in the comments, what's your biggest concern around getting suspended? Now, if you got great value from this video, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notification bells so you don't miss out when my next video drops. Now, if you enjoyed this, you might also want to have a look at some of the best sellers over on Amazon KDP at the moment. So I've broken down the sales of Jeffrey Mason on the Mum Let Me Hear Your Story books, and also some of the Coco Wyo colouring books. Cannot wait to see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!